What's up, guys, and welcome back to JodyFX. Today we are going over GBPUSD. We are, of course, operating on the lower time frame. Why are we operating on the lower time frame? Well, I pretty much find it a lot easier to obviously locate, or I guess you could say execute your initial position on the lower time frame, understanding your overall range as well as the market structure being presented. At this point, you have your range, right? You have your internal range liquidity, or at least an idea of where your, in this case, discounted pricing may be located. What kind of internal range liquidity can you see being the actual cause of price obviously drawing towards lower pricing before obviously taking off or rallying towards higher pricing? This systematic approach, or in this case, rule-based trading system, has really helped me take my trading into my own hands. It makes it so much easier to identify your market bias, at least for your current range, right? Because, of course, price can definitely target your daily high, target your 4-hour high, target your hourly high, target your session high. And definitely, in that case, profit is profit. This is a 1.5. It's not so much, but again, as you know, thinking in more of a long-term or understanding longevity or more of delayed gratification, if you definitely hold to a pretty probable significant high or predetermined high, it's pretty simple to understand why price is manipulated towards that, I guess in this case, liquidity pool. It is very much important to understand that, yes, we are in the lower time frame. However, it is very much imperative that you zoom out and you understand what's happening on, or as far as, behind the scenes, or not necessarily behind the scenes, but what happened or what caused price to, develop this overall shift in momentum. How did price react? What is price action actually telling me? And in more of a relevant case, where is the next draw on liquidity? Where is the next, in a sense, pool of liquidity located, right? Which in this case, after taking out internal range liquidity, price decided to reverse, shift in momentum, and carry on towards lower pricing. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we do aim to post very much consistently, and it only means that you can very much stay updated on all our videos. Be sure to ring that post notification button, and of course, be on the lookout for new and improved Forex trading content. Without further ado, let's very much get started on this trade recap. As you can see, before even looking or thinking about profits, it's very much important to identify your range, right? Your overall market structure. That market, or the market, is very much printing in real time, right? As you can see, the market runs a major high, retest, reaches full liquidity, mitigating an unmitigated wick, and continued higher. It's pretty simple, right? Why did it continue higher? Because as it most definitely left this equal high, that becomes a sort of predetermined or highly probable target. Price continues higher, establishes an overall weak high. In a sense, what makes this high weak? Well, if we already established a strong high, right? This low is essentially protected, right? It took out liquidity, broke structure that would make this low protected. Price created a bit of an inefficiency, maybe imbalanced price action. You can definitely tell as I obviously make this unmitigated wick fair value gap very much apparent. We can definitely clean this chart up a little bit, or I should say a little bit more. As you can see, price definitely left a pool of liquidity, I guess you could say. In this case, price definitely left a pool of buy stops at this initial weak high. So we can definitely understand that price could definitely draw towards there in the near future. But first, price definitely needs to retest, reach for liquidity, or at least draw towards a pool of liquidity that's obviously insinuating a bullish setup, or at least in this case, or whichever case, as you can see towards the left, the price left a pretty significant imbalance, right? As you can see, that imbalance can definitely act as a point of interest, a order block in whichever case. Now, understanding that there's definitely a QM, or protected high, right below this quote unquote POI, it is important to understand that that order block on the higher time frame can then act as more of a, in whichever case, breaker block, which flipped can, act as price rebalancing itself and or going fishing. If you definitely want me to obviously go over the fishing net entry concept, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because that is very much on the way. This concept, it pretty much just makes it so much easier to identify in whichever case, or in which this case, this would be considered a wick entry, right? It would be pretty much on the, I guess we would experience a near miss in this case. However, we definitely have room for a imbalanced price action, which at that case will make your fishing net or entry that much more, in a sense, precise, right? As you can see, price, continues higher, failing to break this overall, in this case, weak high, but it's very much a major high in this, I guess you can say, market structure setting. Price is now presenting us with a failure swing opportunity. Price opens the next candle with a, in this case, bearish rejection block. If I look left, price is very much presenting a pretty smooth opportunity for a one wick entry, fishnet entry. Price presented liquidity due to this, of course, obvious break and retest setup. Price dips into this innate pool of liquidity, continues higher, rallies just above, or I should say below 5%. However, obviously, we can definitely zoom in to get a more of a precise entry, or I should say trade idea, and that's what your entry would pretty much look like, right? As you can see, price transferred orders from this previous imbalance or price inefficiency gap fill, or in whichever case, a fishing net entry. Price literally replicated itself, or it's just understanding, or it's just about understanding the fractality of the market and the infiniteness of these actual patterns. You can definitely use this opportunity to obviously check your stops, make sure they're below your fib, make sure that your fib is definitely placed correctly, obviously for future references. If you definitely zoom out towards, in this case, intraday time frames, so maybe like 3, 5, maybe even like the 15-minute, you can definitely pretty much check on your target pricing, right? Because of course price can do anything. Price can definitely go 5%, price can go 10%, price can go 30%, but it is very much important to understand that price has a definite pool of liquidity that it's definitely searching for. So at that point, if you learn how to locate liquidity, which in this case, or in this sense, I was looking for internal rates liquidity to be maybe this structural high, and I mean most definitely this bearish rejection block, of course. However, it is important to understand that, I mean, one, price was definitely looking to reverse, and I very much did have a hunch. However, again, it is very much important to secure any kind of return on your investment, just to overall, and of course over time, compound your overall trading account. You want to be adding trade opportunities as well as experience to your process. That's the only way to in a sense get better, right? Because I mean, for me personally, I have plethora of losses under my belt, and really I wear them like a badge, only because it's just understanding what the actual mindset it actually takes to actually do this for a living, to actually put faith in your system and how you approach the charts, as well as within yourself, correct? So with that being said, it's important to know that you can definitely make your take profit that much more accurate by obviously recapping or reviewing your overall either losses and or wins. So as you can see, this key level, or this retracement level, was definitely key in identifying an overall take profit. This is how you practice, this is how you understand price action at yet just a mastery level. This is how you do it. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the time and understand what you are actually, in a sense, teaching yourself, right? Learning, right? If you look towards the left, we definitely have an imbalance, right? And this is definitely where I got my take profit from my initial one, but just looking at this now, right after the fact, you can definitely see where price definitely uses this lower time frame breaker as more of a point of interest to react off of, while using this internal range liquidity or this structural high as internal range liquidity. It just makes your overall perspective on the markets, it kind of corrects it, right? Because a lot of the times your overall perspective in the markets will be highly distorted, especially in the beginning when you are actually learning what's up, what's down, what's your weak high, what's your strong low. However, understand that with time, it does come to you, or I should say in time, you will definitely understand what it means to see this pattern, that's so persistent, right? As well as infinite, right? It's literally everywhere. I can literally see it at least 4 times, and I'm not even trying at this point. If you did learn anything and or enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we do aim to post consistently. We do offer one-on-one mentorships at $50 for 3 hours of my time. I do appreciate the love and support, of course. I very much do. I do appreciate the fact that we are like maybe 100 subs away from 1,000 subscribers. This is very much, it's insane, and I do appreciate the love and support. I do have a couple series that I am thinking about dropping. However, it's important to understand that you're trading forex to acquire a multitude of skills that you can definitely use at your advantage, or I should say your disposal, given the right amount of experience, time, and obviously sacrifice put into your overall journeys as forex traders, or I should say currency traders. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was this channel. So I very much appreciate all of you that's very much sharing my material. We've reached well over 30,000 eyes on this planet, and it's really just it's mind blowing. It's actually shocking how many people I'm reaching. At the beginning of my trading, or I should say this trading channel, my aim or my goal was to, and still is to, make an impact within this industry, no matter what, no matter the naysayers, no matter how it may make me look, no matter what people may think of me. My goal was definitely to, make an impact, as well as open a lot of traders' eyes to the truth, the absolute infinite or limitlessness within these markets, within forex trading in general. That is my goal. No, I am not perfect. No, I am not the best teacher or instructor. However, I do have one thing, and it's very special. It's called passion. It's called willpower. It's called love for what he does, what I am, or who I am, I should say. I do appreciate all the love and support very much. Until next time on Jody FX, y'all have a great night.